Sorry for the interruption. The phone rang. I forgot to turn the ringer down, and it was a doctor calling to confirm an appointment, so I had to take it. Because if you don't confirm it then, it could be who knows when till you get in again. Anyway, I have to go back in the video and find out where I was at, but as people are falling away, don't worry about it. Like, when it happened with my family, initially, like, I acted on it. I felt this incredible pressure. It was like God had stepped inside me, or my higher self took over. I don't know which it was, but it was this, there was another entity inside of me, with me. I was thinking, but somebody was higher than me thinking higher than me and directing me. They directed my hands, they directed my mouth, they instructed me on what to do and what to say, and it felt so right inside me that I did it. And it was stuff that overnight I saw the clarity of it, I saw the path I had to take, and I did it. And I felt nothing as far as guilt or worry or overthinking it. I didn't think it at all. I just went, yep, that's right, and I did it. And I walked away. And you'll find this too. I can't say what it is. I think it's our higher self directing us, because when we get activated by the twin, if you think of the chakra system going up and down in the body, when you get activated, their energy goes up that chakra system and blasts it apart. But we're human, we're not ready for that energy yet. We've got to clear that because there's blockages. So it closes down again before long, and you can't keep it open. But while it's open, you've got clarity that you have never had in your life. And that's what my clarity came in. It confirmed things to me that I had sensed and I had felt at other times, but I didn't have clarity on it. So I dealt with it as best I could by, avoiding my own family, and took to lying the odd time when they sent out invitations to come for dinners and stuff. I knew that it was just going to be a toxic mess and I wanted nothing to do with it. So I would lie and say I was working or something. And I didn't feel good about that, but the alternative was I was going to be uncomfortable for about 6 hours. And they have anyway, I don't want to get into that. That's a side story that can go on for decades. So, anyway, you'll end up where you have a sense as you're going through your clearing, and your frequency is rising more and more and more every day. It clears a bit more. You'll be able to see things that you couldn't see before. And you're not seeing it with your eyes, you're seeing it with a sense inside you. You're picking up things that you didn't know that you were capable of picking up. You had always probably been picking it up, but you discounted it because you went with the human side of you all the time. And humans don't. We don't think that we're capable of things. We don't think that we have any kind of sensory gifts and such until that's blasted open. And it doesn't shut completely. When it does shut down to protect the human body from that energy that is too strong, it doesn't shut down completely. So you're left with a lot of senses afterwards. And as you're purging and clearing and everything, you're going to be pulling away. But just by the fact that you're rising and they're not, you're pulling away from people. But they're going to be really uncomfortable around you too. So allow them to go. That's what I'm getting at. When something comes up, if you have something happen between you, what I had happen quite a few times was I hadn't acted on it because I was still trying to figure out, am I really sensing this about you? And this was long after I met my twin. It was in the first year or two. I had a couple of other people where my antenna had been wiggling about them for a while, but I had kept my distance, so they weren't affecting my world, so they could do whatever they want to somebody else. But at some point they did something that crossed a boundary in my world of how people are treated, and they didn't do it overtly where it was obvious. It was something that in the past I would have overlooked. And because the people who do you wrong, this is part of their MO. They let time go by so that by the time you are around them again and you want to confront them, it's been a long enough time that it'll look like you're making a big deal because that happened such a long time ago. That was like 2 weeks ago. What are you making a big deal out of it? So that's what they do. They'll do something wrong and then they go into hiding. And so that when the time comes up, they don't have to be held accountable for it. And they won't. They won't take accountability for it. They don't take responsibility for anything. Nothing. So I had a feeling about 2 different people that I didn't trust them. Didn't know why I didn't trust them, but I knew by then to trust that I didn't trust them. And they both ended up doing something that I would never have done to somebody else, but it wasn't something that you could really say, oh, I'm never going to associate with that person again. Another person would say that. I didn't. I just said, big X in front of your face, you're gone. Bye-bye. You no longer exist. And in fact, one of them, yesterday, I went into a great big grocery store here, a big one, and just as I was pulling in and parking, I saw them pulling in and parking, and I knew that we were going to almost walk in the front door together. And I immediately thought, oh, I don't feel like even looking at your face. I was going to pull out and go, and I thought, oh, screw that. I'm going to go about my life the same way I would, whether you're here or not. I don't care. You can be the one that's uncomfortable. So I got out of my car, and I walked up to the front door. I could see they were back there with their heads together, whispering to each other, and I thought, screw you. I went into the store, got what I wanted, and walked out, and I know that they're still reeling from seeing me. I'm not. I thought of it because I'm talking to you, but I've forgotten it since yesterday. Because it doesn't bother me now. I don't care what they think. I don't care what they say. I don't care about anything about that. And as far as thinking about them since the time that they did me wrong, that was over a year ago. I hadn't given them any thought since then until I saw them at the store. And for a brief moment, I let them have the power, and I was going to drive away because I didn't want to deal with even looking at them. And then I thought, no, I'm not altering off my path of my life 1 inch. I'm going to do my world, you fall away. So anyway, that's how you get to, once you've had a few people fall away, you get to where you just go, bye. But you're saying it over your shoulder as you're pulling away from them. Because it's okay with you. You don't doubt anymore. You don't question it. It's like, if they've done something that deserved for them to fall away, they definitely need to go. If they're not going to stand in front of you with an apology. If they've done nothing, but you're feeling you're pulling away from them, still go. Because it's okay to change your interests and to be consumed with, you're busy clearing shit that the rest of the world around you isn't. Give yourself that energy. If people are falling away and they're wondering where you went and stuff, you're entitled to a nesting season and a downtime and whatever you want to call it. They're not experiencing that, so they can't relate to it. Let them go. They'll carry on with whatever they're doing. They'll live. You'll live too. And you'll be better for it. Clear your path of the debris and the crap and the sludge and whatever. And do it in whatever manner you feel right. And you will feel, when the situations come up, you will feel the rightness of it. You'll feel when a situation is right to take that action, because the further up you go and the more that you focus on yourself, not on your twin, forget about that. Put them over in a box over there on a shelf. But the more you're focusing on yourself, the more you will think more of yourself, and you won't have any of these sideline yahoos have the power to get to you. Focus on yourself. That is something I didn't do for the first year. The energy coursing through me from my twin was too strong. It was incredibly strong. I was hijacked. I was hijacked by another, and I know it was his energy that was doing it. It wasn't me. I was what I would call normal before that. Of course I wasn't. I had dysfunctions in me that I didn't know, but that was the least of my worries, I think, compared to that energy surge. That first year was horrible, but I got through it. I'm in a great place now. You just, I'll go through the stages, but and other videos, but you get to, here's something, if you're in the looping and you're in your first year or so, you do get to a place where you are feeling so bloody good inside that you can barely contain it. You feel so good. And you feel so good because you're really like you. Like for me to be on a video and putting it onto YouTube, I am hyper private. I don't even allow pictures of myself. I don't like how I look. I don't like how I talk. I look like my brother when I look in the mirror because we carry the family resemblance. We talk the same. I didn't like myself very much. Physically, mentally, I guess. I thought I liked myself mentally. I found out I didn't. But I don't care now. Now, I really appreciate who I am, and I appreciate the qualities I have. I appreciate who I've turned out to be. I appreciate what I put out into the world. Every day when I leave, I make a game out of it. We have 2 grocery stores. I live out in the sticks, about 40 minutes outside of the town that I'm at, way out in the woods. And we have 2 big grocery stores here. I could get my groceries there, but I drive into the town so that I can go on an adventure. I get my drive, I get to listen to my feel-good music, and I go in and I have an agreement with those guys up there, and I say, bring me a test and bring me a really good encounter. And when I go in, I'm the one that creates the encounter because I just open up to everybody and I'm throwing hearts and flowers out everywhere as I go. And I'm yakking away to everybody. I can't shut myself up when I feel good. But I have the most amazing encounters with people, and I know that they get that much out of it too. I can see it in them because they just blossom when someone talks to them. And I've had tests. I have somebody who also in that same time is shut off or says something nasty or something, and I'm so far down that road now that I know that it's about them. It's what's going on in them. And I quite often keep at them with my niceties so that I can break them. And sometimes it works and they end up broken and they end up talking to me. You know, somebody in the lineup ahead of you, and you won't shut up talking to them, talking about this, that, and whatever, and they're trying to snarl at you, and eventually they talk back to you. And I know I'm having fun with them. They don't know that. They think I'm just an irritatingly, overly nice person, but it becomes a game after a while. You don't take offense to anything. Whereas in the first year or two, you are taking offense to sidelong glances. Somebody just hands you a piece of paper and you go off your nut over it. So anyway, long story short, you're going to get to a good place, but don't feel badly if things fall away. Because I know they say other people who are meant for you will come into your life, and they do. It's not the way I thought it would be, though. I thought it was going to, like even now I still go out and I think, I'm not meeting anybody. I don't meet people, but the people that are around me, like on my street and stuff, we've developed a really good friendship between 4 of my neighbors that wasn't present before because I was alienating myself, and I had subconscious guards up inside me that wouldn't allow people in. I'm still not letting people in to where they can have access to my world or my thoughts and stuff, but I don't have the guards up. It's the reverse. You're not different, but you don't have the guards. You don't have your hands in front of you and blocking everything. If somebody invites you over to have a tea or something, you're not going, nope, nope, can't do that. Oh my God, no, that would be uncomfortable. I can go and have a tea now and it doesn't take anything from me. Whereas before I felt like I had to guard myself everywhere, about everything. Even with good people in my world, because I thought family was the best good things that were supposed to be in your world, and my family was the worst. So I was conditioned to be deflecting everything, because there was so much going on that it was beyond what I was seeing. Oh my God, they were toxic. Anyway, so long story short, don't doubt yourself. Don't worry about things. If things are falling away, let them go, because we need to have all the time in the world to look at ourselves and relax about it too. It's going to take the time it takes, and no amount of worrying on your part is going to change that. No amount of stressing over, am I doing it right? Can I do more? No. You just have to get up and breathe every day, and it's going to go through you. You can pay attention to your thoughts. You can do things that help it along the way and catch things. If some toxic fighting with somebody loops come up or something, nip that in the bud and say, buzz off and go on to something else. Have a repertoire of good things that you can draw on to pull in at that moment. Me, I'm artistic and I make things. I made this backdrop. I make things. I make furniture and things. So when I'm out on my motorcycle or driving or something, when you relax your mind, that's when it sneaks in. If I have some kind of toxic thoughts come up and I'm growling and chewing over something that happened 3 years ago, I tell it to hit the road and I start working on one of my projects in my mind, and boom, it's been redirected, and it works every time. So have a little file in your mind of things you can bring out of good things that you can override the bad with. Don't feed into it. Whatever you do, don't feed into the toxicity. Anyway, that's all I got. I could go on and on and on about this one, but I'm not going to. So I will see you later, and take care. Monitor your thoughts and don't buy into the doubt. Okay, have a good night.